What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So the ROG Ally and the Legion Go both got some pretty great updates this week for Armory Crate for the Ally and Legion Space for the Go, the operating systems or the pieces of software that really help you interact with Windows with these devices. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with the Ally here. And you want to go over to the settings and content tab here, and if you haven't already, check for your update or update Armory Crate App 1410 here. Updated to the newest version. Now, one of the things they've changed is there's a pop-up for this campaign up here that'll come up all the time, and you're now able to tell that to not do that anymore in the future and just stop popping up if you want to, and it would pop up at random times. I've already disabled mine, so I can't show the pop-up, but if you're familiar with that issue, then you're able to now disable that, which is a nice little feature they've added there. Now also, if we go over into settings and configure, either for gamepad mode or desktop mode, either one, we can now set gyro mode to be able to be set to various buttons now. So I'll go ahead and activate gyro here so we can go down and take a look at it. We'll scroll down here and you'll have gyro enable button always on, and then now we have a much fuller list of all the different buttons that we can use on the ROG Ally to activate and deactivate gyro, depending on how you have that set up with the button behavior, be it on or toggle off, whatever the case there. So a little bit more options and quality of life features on the Ally when it comes to the gyro toggling what button you want to be able to do that with. All right, so moving on here, my favorite feature, the third thing here for this, is going to be this manual mode with the sliders that now pop out with Command Center, making it super easy to change TDP versus having to go into the operation mode here inside of Armory Crate, make your changes in here and apply. So like when you're in game and you're on the fly, especially for content creators like me recording, this makes it so much easier. So let's jump into game here and take a look at that. We're in game, we can open Command Center, we can switch over to our manual mode here, and then we got our pop out, our sliders here, which makes it super convenient to be able to slide around and change what we want for our TDP, for our boost and all of that in here. And we can just click apply, and then that'll instantly change over here, and you can see our TDP will change up. So this is definitely a big feature for me. This makes it super easy to go in and mess with TDP, and because I test so many games and stuff like that here, this is just a super welcome feature here for me. So if we slide everything up here, everything's going to move together, or we could slide the boosters higher if we wanted to independently, and you can see things change here very quickly on the fly for the TDP. I haven't run into any bugs or issues with this yet. It's been working really well. If we come down here all the way to our bottom slider, our really quick boost TDP here, if we move that down below, they'll all move together here to tie together for your lowest, which is nice too if you want to keep everything locked, and then apply at 18. So yeah, a super helpful feature that I definitely really enjoy here on the ROG Ally, especially with all the testing and stuff like that. So ACSE continues to make improvements, and Armory Crate has come a long way since launch last summer. All right, let's go ahead and switch over and take a look at the Lenovo Legion Go and the updates for Legion Space. So the Legion Go finally got its Legion Space update. It's now 1.27 instead of 1.25, and 1.26 was in their beta. And here's a quick look at the quick access menu before we update, and it gets changed around a bit, and we'll see the new features and everything here as well. And the other thing is, I did check the support website for various countries, and the actual update itself wasn't showing up anywhere yet. Now, that could already be changed by the time you're watching this, but it was still the 1.025 instead of the 1.027 that we have now that pops up when you open up Legion Space. So hopefully that'll be updated shortly, and you'll be able to manually go grab that. But otherwise, I'm going to click my Legion Space button here to open up Legion Space. It's going to check for an update and automatically start downloading. So this should happen for you if you haven't updated yet. When you open up Legion Space, we'll click install now, click yes here, and this will bring up the installer. We'll click install. This all just takes a couple of minutes to go through, and then once we're done, we'll be into the new 1027 Legion Space here. So we'll go down into our settings, and you can see 1027 is now our version. I was on 1025. Now, there's three major things here. One of them is drivers. So finally a section to go into, and you can click check for updates and get a list of all the drivers now in one place. You can actually download and install them from here as well. And it's going to start bringing everything together. So Definitely looking forward to when we get the new GPU driver and with AM, FM and all that kind of stuff included, and should pop up in here, but this should make it much easier now to follow and take care of your updates. The other thing is in performance, where two things actually. We now have the ability to mess with our own fan curves and adjustments here. We can do that through all the different performance, power saving, and custom. So like my custom 2 here I use a lot. We can slide and set up whatever TDP that we want to here. We can mess around with our fan curves and move all of our points around on there to change how that works. We still have full speed as an option in here. And then we have our OS power mode, which we've always had there. And then the other new feature that I really like is the FPS limiter here, which you can turn on, and you've got 30, 36, 48, 60, 72, 90, and 144. So another welcome feature there. All a lot of great quality of life stuff that we've been waiting for here from them. I also saw something in here for let's see, if we open the quick access menu, yeah, you can see all of that now over here as well. What you have your fan curve set up for, your customized, your full speed in here, your FPS limiter shows up here, and of course our power modes for the OS, efficiency, balance, and performance, which were here before. So that's really nice to see there. There's also a section in here for adjusting how long your controllers stay awake for. I don't know if that was a new feature with this update. I don't remember that being there before. But I've heard some people complain about the custom TDP slider having some issues. I tested that out a little bit, set it at 20, 25, 18, and all those worked fine in a game like this. But if I want to go like really low and come down to something like 10, it'll do it for a second or for a little bit, but it will boost back up, especially if the game gets busy or something happens and it needs more power or whatever the case. It will go ahead and boost back up. So I never could get down to 10. I couldn't hold 12 for too long, and then it started to boost back up. And then as I had some things happen here and got busy, it actually made its way back up to 14, then 15, then 16, and kind of sat there, even though I was set at a custom 10. And that was no matter what OS mode or anything like that. It's just the way that it was working, unless I ran a game that was easier, and then it would kind of allow me to do it. Now if you cycle through your power modes though, we could definitely go down to the 8 watts here, 7 watts, whatever, for the efficiency mode, and that worked just fine. The surprise things didn't crash, but that worked without it boosting. Then we could switch to our 15 watt mode, which boosted, but it did work just fine as well. Switch to our 20 watt mode here, and it'll boost, but it also worked at 20 just fine too and settled in. So all those modes worked fine. It's just custom. It wouldn't let me come below 15 in this game, and it would usually hover 15 or 16 no matter what. So I'd have to run something easier to run though, and it seemed like it would let me. So that's kind of a little bit different the way that seems to be acting now, whether that's on purpose or not. That's the case. But yeah, great update for Legion Space. Definitely one I've been waiting for. They do keep improving this, just like ASUS over on the Ally. So really happy to see Lenovo and ASUS continuing to improve these and watching these get better and better. All right, guys, thanks a lot for coming and check out the video. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.